Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is gonna be going through all my art sketchbooks from when I was about 11 or 12 years old to about 16, 17. So these sketchbooks, I actually found them in my cabinet when I was trying to clear out some stuff the other day, and I thought, why not, let's make this video. And these sketchbooks were during my time in School of the Arts Singapore, and it shows like the process of when I was year 1 all the way to about I was year 5. And I haven't seen these sketchbooks in a long time, so I don't even remember some of them, and some of the original artworks aren't even with me because they got lost. SOTA has a knack for losing artworks, by the way. No tea, no shade, but if you know, you know. So these are all my old sketchbooks, and I'm quite excited to relive all my old memories and all my old drawings and see my art process. So I actually did a lot of digital work recently in the past couple of years, so I haven't drawn like traditionally on paper or sketchbook in a while, so it will be fun to look at these. So yeah, let's get into the video. Let's start off with the first sketchbook. There's at least like 10 of these, but this was my work when I was about 12, 13 years old, and it was for SOTA, and I was trying to get in, so they had some requirements needed, and I was very into anime at that point, so I was trying to do more stuff other than just anime drawings to like show them like your range and all that. And it was during a time where I was a pretty emo kid, obviously Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey. It was during the very Tumblr face era thing, so I was just trying to experiment with colors and all that. It's just weird looking back at this. Told you I was into anime. This was from Tokyo Ghoul, Kaneki, if I remember his name right. Yeah, very into that. Very emo girl back then. Still emo girl. Obviously, Nightmare Before Christmas. Very in love with steampunk now too. And this was Alice in Wonderland, still one of my favorite movies and books. And I think this was one of my OCs from back then, but I cannot remember what was her name. But yeah, emo girl and her emo stuff. I was 12 and I was depressed, but sure. Like, obviously, very sad girl growing up. Oh, and these were like my OCs. I think this was for my anime class. We had to do like our own OCs. So I did a lot of stuff with eye patches, scars, and like this tape around the mouth thing. I don't know, it was like my thing to do. You'll see. This one's actually pretty nice. This is done in like I think pencil, and it's just like a flash sheet kind of thing. Really cute anime girl, song lyrics, testing out pens kind of thing. Still emo girl. Yeah, there are a lot of like flash shape random drawings, and shout out to Black Bra Brides. Love them. And actually this is pretty cool. Some bionic back again with the scars kind of thing. And yeah, told you Tumblr era, so Shadow Hunters and some anime girls, still very Tumblr. You can imagine when this is from, like 2014, 2015. And yeah, emo, still emo. And I was very into Superwoman back then, so I drew this picture of her. And more emo stuff, I guess. I have no idea what this means now, but I'm guessing it's I'm sorry in Japanese or something, because I keep writing it everywhere. That's so sad. Oh, and this was a gender banned version of one of the Tokyo Ghoul characters, which name I cannot remember right now, but this was one of my favorite drawings. Pretty cool. And coloring practice, more cutesy anime girlies, Copic marker practice, and whatever the hell I was listening to back then. more emo stuff, more bandages, more blood, and a freaking sick drawing of Levi, might I add. This was one of my favorite pieces because it's very crisp and like it's just really nice. Can't believe I drew that. I think 2015 live summary and more OCs, I think, and cute random sketches of eyes. And yeah, so that's the first sketchbook. Moving on to the next one, and it starts off with a lyric from 5 Seconds of Summer. I think this one has a lot of anime stuff and anime drawings. I think a lot of incompleted stuff too, and obviously still very emo girl. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I quite like this. Very emo, very, yeah, I think this is just like trying to figure out like composition and how to do it. And oh my god, this, okay, so there's this band called Ghost Town that I really like, and they have really cool and sick like artworks from this particular artist, and I like did my own version of it. And back then on my Instagram account, he actually liked and commented on this when I posted it. Yeah, from like years ago. Maybe I should do like a revamp version of this, but still a really good band. I really like them. More little eye drawing stuff. And this girl, I guess it's pretty nice. Yeah, tattoos, obviously. Been obsessed with them, always will. Oh, this was for, I did like an exhibition with Singapore National Museum. Okay, for one of like the children festival thingies. And I think this was one of the concepts we were trying to play with, and we were collaborating with one like local artist on what to do. So this was, I think, the brainstorming session. And okay, no idea what this is. Yeah, this is part of the brainstorming thing for the previous work. We were doing like a life-size board game thing and trying to figure out like what we want in our board game. And oh, this was a sketch of the Shophouse at Prinsep Street. We did like a live sketch thing. I think it was me and my friend. We just sat outside at the stairs and just drew this. This was my version of the live sketch thing. And moving on, I have no idea when this is from, but oh, okay, cool. Incomplete, but you get the concept. Emo girl. Oh my god, Maze Hunter. Maze Runner? Maze Runner, yes. Yeah. What a time. Eye drawings. I love drawing eyes back then. Tokyo Ghoul again. Taylor Swift, obviously. And some, I think, emo drawings and stuff. Also, this was all like the words we have to write for like each artwork for the SOTA application. It's pretty interesting. I think I just like randomly wrote some stuff. So this is when I was already in SOTA. This is year 1. So we're going from year 1 all the way to year 5 of my work progress. So this is the first year. We're just doing like very basic stuff. Thing like forms, shapes, kind of figuring out, oh my god, I remember this. So we had to put like whatever we had on us as a composition on the table and just like draw out whatever there was. So I had this like little bear, I had this little squishy thing, my dream catcher, and like I think this was from Smiggle or something, but you had to draw this out. And like reflections, obviously. And this was a drawing of my friend Delia, learning compositions, and this is my own face. Oh my god, this is horrible. But yeah, we're learning like light and darkness sketches in the face. You just have to keep on drawing the same thing. Learning like cross-hatching, tonal values. Very art school stuff. This was done in pen, all the like sketch stuff, cross hatching, hatching. This was negative space and positive space experiment. Obviously, you can't tell, but these are just like the easels in the middle of the room. So we all just sat around randomly and just had to like mark out the negative space and positive space on the object in front of us, like from an angle. Yeah, I think this one's like slightly clearer, so it's just like easel, and then there's like I think a shoe on top of this one, and just some random stuff. Yeah, some tonal stuff. Very interesting, honestly. Yeah. So like for example, stuff like that, we get like a brief of what we're supposed to do, and then we experiment and we like do whatever we want with it. So this is like the brief, and you can just do whatever you want as long as it meets the criteria of the brief. So I think this one's like composition or something. Yeah, so I was doing street lamps, paper creases. I think this was on perspective. Yeah, perspective. So 1 point perspective, how to draw it, and all that. And I think this was a poem I based it on. And it's like composition sketches before the real painting. So I did like a little headlight thing from the street and 1 point down in the middle. Yeah, I don't think I have the final work here because they actually lost my final work for this one because it was one of my favorite pieces, but it's gone and it will never be seen again. SOTA does that a lot. If you know, you know. Yes, I think all sketches, composition, learning, perspective. Yeah, perspective. More perspective stuff. This, I think, artists like references. We do that a lot. Our reference photos. I have a lot of those. Yeah, I think this was one of the compositions that I did with the tree in the middle. Also 1 point perspective. I really love perspective stuff. I love drawing stuff like this. Like stairs is also a very big theme in my art life because I was very into MC Escher. Yeah, this is cool. And yeah, I think that's it for the first year. Moving on to the second year. So I still kept my Lino cut prints, which is pretty interesting, which we did in the second year. And this is the first project on like complementary colors and like color schemes. So you have to explore different colors, point of view. So all this is like necessary for like sketchbook documentation, and they mark pretty heavy on it. So you have to show that you actually did like work. So this is one of my favorite pages because I did it on Alice in Wonderland. Super cute. Super cute with the castle and all that. And I did more on this game called Alice Madness Returns. I really love this game. PewDiePie played it then and I was obsessed with the art style because I love Alice in Wonderland. And more very emo stuff. Yeah, and I love roses, so obviously I did some studies on roses. And teacups. So this is like you have to do studies on like each subject matter you kind of wanted to put in your composition. So these like are all the studies, like color schemes, certain patterns or certain types of teacups, and obviously cards. There's Queen of Hearts. I think this one was the Alice scheme one. Kind of seems like it. I cannot remember, but we will see how it looks like in the end. More studies. I think this artist reference, and this is like compositional references. Oh, okay. I did this one. So this was the composition I chose in the end. I remember it now. I don't have the final piece with me because I think it got lost somewhere, but I cut it in half. So it's two separate pieces of the clock. Yeah, of like the pocket watch plus the roses and the teacups. Yeah, this one. Oh, thank God I took pictures of it. Yeah, so it was about this size, like, and you just paint it. So it's like process of how it looks like. And like, for example, like I painted a leaf here first, and then I could decide to cover it up, and then you just kind of write like why and the process of it. Oh, I really love this piece though, but I have no idea where it is. I think they threw it away or something, but it's gone forever. But this piece was super fun to do. I really liked it. Yeah, based on Alice in Wonderland. And then this is like synopsis and what you learn, and the links to all your reference pictures, blah blah blah. Yeah. And moving on to the next project, which is on watercolor painting with any color scheme. So we're moving on from like acrylic to watercolor. So we do the same thing with like learning how to use watercolor, and my subject matter is like bones, ribcage. So you have to draw them. Heart. Still very emo kid, huh? Yeah, but this is the process of what you do for each like project brief, artist references. And then like I think my teacher did like a demo for me based on my artist reference. You can just put this in. This was compositional sketches, figuring out the ideas. So I did like this giant heart thing with like flowers wrapped around it, around this ribcage, yeah, skull thing. Yeah. Oh, I really like this one too, and I have no idea where the hell it went. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, this was really nice. So we had to do like in black and white to see like if there's actually much contrast. But honestly, I didn't really do a very good job with this one because the heart that is and the background within the heart too, the contrast is not a lot. And I actually cut out like so it would follow the shape of the ribcage, which was kind of cool. Still no idea where it went though, but this was the concept, the summary, links, and then we move on to Lino cut. So this little thing here is this little thing here. So experimenting with same thing like negative space, positive space. So the modules kind of progress. Like when you're in year 1 to year 2, it like builds you up for like IB obviously, but you learn more about different types of mediums, so you can decide on what you want to do when for your IB showcase. I did on like the little fox. This is a pretty damn good drawing, honestly, and like geometric fox. So I did do like the half thing, experimenting. So this is stages. So it's like the first stage is yellow, and then you do like red on top. So you have to know like negative space and positive space very well to do it. I honestly didn't really do it very well, but this was, I think, some experimental pieces, like unsuccessful prints. But yeah, I think this was the final one, and the little synopsis and everything. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I quite like the second year. It was quite fun. Oil painting in the second year. Mind you, we did all this while also like studying and having like full-on academic work. So yeah, we did oil painting. We had an oil painting lecture. This is what went down. My notes. And this is learning impasto painting. So like, you know how it like stands out, like using the little knives so it stands out. So we had to do something like this. This was like artist references, and I decided to do it on Gothic architecture because I love Gothic architecture. Honestly, some things just don't change. Like the things that I like, certain themes, all that, they really don't change. I still am in love with Gothic architecture. So I wanted to do on like the Cathedral thing, like that, right? So experiments, more references, figuring out. And I love these. I love it. Still do. Can't wait to visit like Edinburgh, see like Gothic architecture. Yeah, just more drawings, like understanding. And then this is experiments. So I took pictures of what I tried out with the impasto paint, what type of brushes, like documenting everything. And this is thumbnails, like composition sketches. And then this is the planning process. So I had like this giant painting. They lost this painting too, by the way, but yeah, it's okay. At least I have pictures. But yeah, I have to wait for the paint to dry, and then when it dries, like you have to paint on top of it and like see how it works and all that. I really like this piece too. It was really cool. So it looked like this, and it's like inspired by stained glass window, but it was like very like bumpy and all, but it's part of my concept, and I just wanted it to look very like Gothic and edgy. Yeah. And then this is the reflection part. Yeah. Moving on to year 3. So this one is the Cabinets of Curiosity project, and we went to like Li Kongchen Museum, learn more about it. So I decided to go on with my subject matter as a butterfly because I saw a lot of like these works, so I really like it and I wanted to do it. So we did a lot of research on butterflies. So this was, I think, the biggest project for year 3. So we had to learn. This is all my research, what kind of butterflies, the skeletal system. I just like writing a lot. I didn't do a lot of sketches, I think, for this one. Like a little bit of sketches here and there. This is like culture aspects. So I did like the Chinese legend of like the 2 butterfly lovers and what they mean in like dreams if you see butterflies. And we went to Li Kongchen Museum, and I took pictures of like my subject matters that I wanted to discover. And this is artist references, so this is me experimenting with the way this artist did his works and experiments with different textures. This was bubbles, this was marbling, pretty interesting. This is the breed of butterfly that I choose to focus my work on. Got Adonis blue, yeah. Yeah, but this is experiments on how it would look like on tracing paper, experiments, sketches, drawings, compositional trials. And yeah, so this is how it looks like. So this is series 1. Series 1 is like the different anatomy of the butterfly. So I had like the body on tracing paper, and then you could like layer it on the wing. So I did one where it's just one wing and on watercolor, and this one was just drawn on paper, so it kind of looks like this. And series number 2, I focused on the wings of the butterflies even more, and based on different poems about butterflies and rebirth and metamorphosis and all that. So this was my artist reference and more artist references, and then I based each work on this second series on each poem and what they mean. So this was by Langleaf, and this was my concept. This was the experiments. I wanted to do like kisses on the envelope, so experimented there too. And this was another poem, another concept, a different type of paper that I wanted to experiment on. And third concept by this other artist. And then I was looking at like earrings and how like the transparency paper and some butterfly wings, how they look like. Yeah. So experiment. And then compositional sketches of how I want to look like with the poems and where they would be. So this is the final works for all 3 of them. So poem 1, 2, 3, the different concepts and the reflections. And then the final stage is like how to put it together as like your own cabinet of curiosity, right? So I wanted to do like a folder kind of thing, because my works are all pretty flat. So I was thinking of like a giant folder to put in with like the little poems and the anatomy of the butterfly. So this was the process for series 1 presentation. I just did a giant folder, and then I wrote descriptions and what the butterfly is about, and yeah, the different parts of the butterfly. And then this was series 2. I think it was also another folder, but I had like little envelopes with the poems inside. So it's about metamorphosis, right? So it's change from yourself, the lover, and then this one is like the front page. Yeah, so it's about change, because butterflies means change. So this was the second series presentation. Yeah, this is honestly a really cool project. I really would love to do stuff like that again, but we really had a lot of creative freedom to do whatever the hell we want. So that was the fun of it. More stuff during the 3rd year. This was the theme: surface, marks, image and expression. Yeah. So this is what we usually get, like the roadmap, like when you're supposed to do what, project timeline. So this is the starting stages, testing mediums and surfaces, different mediums, different surfaces. And this was artist references, research, so following the style of the artist and learning how they do. And this was like, you had to, oh my god, this is a horrible photo, but I just tried to do the same way. Yeah. And did one on Vincent van Gogh. I actually quite like this one. This one looks pretty sick. Yeah. Did it on different types of paper, and then did it on myself again too. I tried to like mimic this photo, and I just took a selfie and did this. But yeah. And then all the photos on like different type of paper. Yeah. And then this is reflections, and this is more, I think, more studies of people. Yeah. Just human studies. This is, I think, of like my friends when they sat down and then you just had to draw them. Yeah. Pretty interesting, very art school stuff. Pictures of yourself. And this was another photo. This was the photo I actually used for this composition. And this was me figuring out detail, artist references, and more artist references. Continues here. So you're supposed to use like an animal plus a human figure and like merge them together into like one composition piece. So I chose like a snake, and I did my drawings on snakes. I love snakes. This is drawings on snakes, and this was like compositional sketches. So this was the first image I saw, and this was the second one. So I actually used this one instead. Basically me, and I was in a dress and with this snake thing wrapped around me with these kind of scales. If I can find the original drawing, I would, but I have no idea where they are. The fourth year! Fun stuff! Yeah, so this is the module on collage, which was pretty interesting. Did a lot of like different techniques on paper, and I did my concept on tarot cards. Still very in line, very in theme with what I like now. So I did my little research on tarot cards. So this is the lovers one. So this card represents lovers and what I did with it. This was my collage. And then the next one is the devil. And then this is the devil's tarot card. And I did it with like wires too, which is pretty cool. And then the last one is the Three of Swords. Love it. And then this was my version of it. And I painted all of them behind differently too. So this one actually kind of stands out because I put like styrofoam behind it. And then this was the concept. Like 1, 2, 3. It's actually pretty cool, but I have no idea where it went to. Yeah. And this is like compositional sketches for the planning of the bigger work. So we're supposed to make it into like a bigger concept. So it's still the same of doing tarot cards, but I think I expanded it on like the lovers tarot card specifically. So it was like different elements of the lovers tarot card. So the snake, the angel, the rose, the woman, the man, and the volcano. So yeah, this one was pretty cool. I really like this piece, but they lost it too. No idea where it went. But I did like little drawings of each piece and some collages. So volcano, the man, the woman, and the rose I painted, and like the collage style that I wanted to do. And then I pasted it all on a bigger canvas with the snake theme, because this is supposed to be a snake, but I did it like as a big theme around the work instead. And this was like a huge canvas. I think it was 25 inches by 25. So yeah, this was the final work. There's some paint splatter, obviously, some roses, some red, black, and white, very my style. Yeah, and this I think was just more experiments. Yeah, this piece I really liked too. And we also did sculpture. Yeah, with epoxy, putty, and blue foam. Honestly, it was really scary because we use like huge machines like this in the studio to do all our work, and I was scared to use most of them. I kind of just stuck to the pen knife, although I cut myself a million times. Yeah. This is the process. Oops, I skipped the page. I think I tried to do like a little sculpting and very geometric shapes. And then back again with little stair-like sculptures because why? I love MC Escher. Yeah. And then we had to do a more organic shape, more flowy for the epoxy. Yeah, this was, I think, the idea. I wanted to put it on top or something. Can't remember, but these are like the different works I did, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and this was on epoxy, how to do it, sanding it down, and some idioms that I wanted to do based on identity. Obviously, finally used MC Escher as one of my artist references because I really did a lot of stairs for this one. And this cool sculpture of the stairs. I think it was somewhere in America or somewhere, I can't remember. But yeah, these are like concept works that I did. More concept, more drawings. I just love drawing stairs. This is the process, how to do it, the fuck ups, because it's supposed to be like stairs, not like little curves like this. Yeah, sounds like curved steppies, but yeah, this was my biggest issue, obviously. So yeah, this is the completed piece. I have no idea where it is, but this was quite fun to do. I had a really cool teacher. And then we moved on to do works on Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. So we did like the Bezier game. If you know, you know, but it was a pain if you had no idea what the hell you were doing at first with the pen tool. So we're experimenting with even like coding, code processing, grayscale with colors. Can't remember any of it, honestly. But even like sound image, stippling, scaling. I don't think anyone used any of these, but we just did purely on Illustrator. But yeah, so this is the concept for URA because they were having their like 30th year conservation something celebration, and then we did a project in collaboration with them. So I was experimenting and trying to figure out what ideas. So I wanted like very bright colors and in references to like shop houses. So I did like reference artist reference from this guy, and then this was the process of me drawing out the shop houses like one by one on Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, arrangement, composition, figuring out how it looks. So this was how I wanted it to look at first. This was the idea, but then I changed it. So I added in more of the tiles. After I went to the URE site visit, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I make it like an actual shop house, right? So then, did more research, did more concept planning, okay, on how I wanted it to look like, and have another artist reference for my concept on the tiles. And this was the compositional planning. So there's a lot of different styles of traditional shop houses over the years. So I wrote like each style there is, and it's like a blend within the house of each style of the shop house. And then they also have like these how do you call this, like the plates at the front of the shop houses. So this is like Ping An, which means peace in Chinese, at the front of the door. And this is like some reference that I like, colors, some more references. And then I got to work and I started to like build the shop house on Illustrator and seeing how it would look like, and with some reference to actual shop houses. And this was process. So the theme. So level 1, level 2, and level 3 had all different themes of the shop houses over the years. And yeah, it was pretty interesting with the tiles, still with a very bright colored concept. Yeah. And this was the final work. So it looks like this. This is a really shit photo, but it's the final work. There's actually the bigger one. My mom printed it out and put it at her house, and then we had the big one at URA for I think a couple years because of COVID. So it was there. This was pretty cool. And then did some like shadow work and whatnot. But yeah, this one was pretty fun to do. I quite liked it. Last sketchbook, because I didn't finish IB, right? I kind of left halfway. So this was supposed to be my final year project for IB, which I wanted to do on Chinese superstitions, right? Like ghost and whatnot, like, you know, ghosts. Did a bit because I was there for a little while. So I was experimenting with tracing paper again, black and white style, very my style. So these were like my first few sketches and drawings and experiments, but I never completed it. So yeah, this was like compositional sketches. I think this one was for this piece. Yeah, this was just I just had to do it because I didn't know if I was leaving the school yet. So I just kind of did it for funsies. After I left SOTA, so this is like stuff that I drew over the years during like COVID and fun stuff. So this was a drawing for a friend, and then more chrysanthemums and stuff because I started getting very into tattoos, and these were the works for my my brand C13, the stickers that I sold. You can check those out. These were the drawings. I didn't finish this one, but this was supposed to be one of the stickers too. Still very emo girl. This was 2020. I always write the date for my work, so I remember them. Oh, I really like this one too. This was so therapeutic. I always draw with like the 0.3 micron pen because it's just the only one I use. And this is a little flash sheet, incomplete, a lot of incomplete stuff. This is also from the stickers that I sell. Very cute, incomplete, but this is what I usually do. So you can see the process of it. So usually I do pencil sketch first of like the lines I want, and then I go over one time with this thin of a pen, and then I start like making it thicker and then doing the shading of what I want, and then it kind of comes together to kind of give this effect in the end. Yeah, pretty cool. So this was supposed to be another sticker collection that I wanted to do, but I never got around like doing it because I wasn't selling much of it. Yeah, so for example, like this, I do the pencil sketch first, and then usually I go over the pen and I erase the pencil. That's my process. Yeah, like these. And obviously Rick and Morty, and this one was pretty cool. I painstakingly dotted and did every single one of these. It was crazy, but it was very therapeutic. I love doing it. Also didn't finish this, but yeah, you get the idea. I do the pencil sketch and then I go over with the pen. This one was cool. This one's really cool, but you can tell where I kind of shaded it, so I tried to just make it like a little rose thing over there. But yeah, really cool piece. Very heavily inspired by tattoos. And this was just random drawing and sketches, but yeah. Honourable mentions. So these are just a collection of random stuff that I drew over the years on paper that are still alive somehow. Yeah, this one was pretty cool, of Joker and Harley. I really like this one. I actually printed it like multiple times to draw over and over so it doesn't like mess up the sketches. For example, I drew the sketch first like this, and then I printed it, and then I went over. So this is like multiple runs of this on top, so it doesn't get like smudged that much. This one too, I think you saw this previously in one of the sketchbooks. I also printed it, drew over it. Haven't been drawing much on paper. This is Jinx from League of Legends. This is pretty cool. Yeah, just random drawings here and there over the years. More anime stuff. I think this was like my anime photo. So like in lessons we get like sketches like these, like just some printouts, and then we just take whatever we want and we draw and we learn from there. Yeah, just a bunch of nerds and geeks. And I love this piece. It's a bit satanic and evil, but I love it. It's a pretty cool piece. I think I was just feeling a lot of reach at that point. But I do cute stuff like this too, like Totoro. And this was like a tiger. I think this was just a random sketch. I was just trying out if I could make the tiger look scary. These ones, this was like for school. This one was from the Cabinet of Curiosity thing just now. Yeah. So that's all my sketchbooks. I hope you guys like this video. Comment down below which is your favorite artwork, or if you want to see me draw anything in particular next, I might do it as like an art challenge. And yeah, it was a good trip down memory lane, going through all these old sketchbooks. I can't believe it's been that long, and some of these memories I have been like buried at the back of my head, and like going through them again. It was very interesting. Shout out to all my amazing art teachers in SOTA. They were really, really helpful and really nice, and I miss all of them a lot. And yeah, I really miss doing stuff like that too. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. Help me get to maybe 100 subs. I'm trying my best to do this YouTube thing. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, have a lovely week or day, wherever you are in the world. Lots of love and kisses. Bye!